Absolument pas. Certainly not. My chef, trained in French cuisine and knowledgeable about food around the world, was adamant. No, he was indignant. I will never dip onion rings in egg batter and fry them in oil. I've served the Americans now for many months, and I found myself preparing hamburgers and French fries. But this is fou, crazy. Cham's thick arms, folded across his white jacket, substantiated his charge. It was 11:30 a.m. in Dakar, Senegal, and we were about to open the doors of the American Club, managed by the American Embassy. Earlier, I had suggested we offer onion rings in addition to French fries on hamburger days. I knew I had to tread lightly. I was the manager, but without Cham, I had nothing. He was an incredible chef, could have worked anywhere, but I had offered enough money to make him interested. Then he had promised me a trial period, under which he would try out the job and then give me notice of whether he would stay or not. Not your usual hiring practice, but I accepted it. We immediately took a liking for each other. Why he would trust the 23-year-old running the American Club, I couldn't fathom. I believe Cham took the job as a challenge to himself, or maybe on a lark. I put the subject to rest, and it was not until the next morning, when we were at the market buying produce, that I broached it again. "Monsieur Cham," I began. Again, the tables were turned. He did the shopping, I carried the produce and paid. "Let's try it out just once." I caught myself pleading and changed the tone. Demonstrating inferiority did not work with Cham. I could only command respect when he saw me as an equal. "We're absolutely going to serve the onion rings. Mr. Corrigan asked for them the other day," I added. He turned towards me, and now I knew I had him. He had tremendous respect for Adam Corrigan, the deputy chief of mission at the embassy, who oversaw my operations. When I needed leverage with anyone, I referred to Mr. Corrigan. They may question me at times, but never Mr. Corrigan. "See, madame, they love it." A week later, Cham stood at the opening of the kitchen at the club, sort of dignified smirk on his round face, arms across his chest. The onion rings, lightly battered, were tender and not oily. He had agreed to prepare this pedestrian American dish, and now heard our clientele ask us to please serve it every day. I didn't think I'd get Cham to agree to that, but surely on hamburger days, just as they start. I loved my job. Managing a crew of 8 Senegalese men was easier than I had first thought. We had fun together. I'd hired young men I liked and trusted. We handled a lot of cash and managed an inventory of liquor and beer. Our clientele at the club consisted of expatriates from many countries living in Senegal. Among other activities, we showed newly released American movies, which we ran every Saturday night under the dark sky of West Africa. During the movies, I would look up into the inky sky where a star or two twinkled. At that age, in that place, and in that role, I felt omnipotent. My chef Cham and I both knew that after the onion rings, he would trust me a little more when I suggested these crazy American dishes. He didn't know then that I was already thinking about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at lunch.